I'm not going to leave this sport without a second belt. This is my goal. Islam Makhachev reiterated his desire to move up to 170 pounds in pursuit of a second belt ahead of UFC 311. And after surpassing his mentor's record of the most successful lightweight title defenses with 155 pounds doesn't seem efficient for Makhachev anymore. However, the lightweight champion had one issue staying at the 155-pound division. And that's the terrific weight cut. The Dagestani team has often gone through some of the most dangerous weight cuts ever. If we take a look at Khabib Nurmagomedov's career, the fighting community almost always expressed worries regarding his weight cut. Remember his UFC 254 bout with Justin Gaethje. The Hall of Famer's final ride to the octagon saw him struggle with a grueling and nearly 40 pounds weight cut. And even before UFC 229, Nurmagomedov admitted that he suffered seizures while making 155 pounds, sweatsuit in the sauna and wrapped with a gazillion towels. That's the legacy of cutting extreme amounts of weight. And Makhachev was no different. Back at UFC 311, he had to lose about 23 pounds to make weight and defend his title. Apart from that, his weight cut for UFC 294 in the rematch against Alexander Volkanovski was even more grueling. The Dagestani started his camp at 191 pounds and ended up weighing 155 pounds to make the limit. That's a 41 pounds cut. And the impact of this grueling regimen was visible at the media day just before the event. 2 questions. That's it. Although he went on to answer more questions on the night, we got to know the struggles behind another weight cut before his first fight with Volk in Australia. In Australia, we had many things happen in the fight. The weight cut wasn't harder, but the recovery was. This is one grave concern. However, Makhachev's move to the welterweight realm is deep-rooted in his friendship with Belal Muhammad. For the unversed, Khabib recently told Adam Zubairov that Makhachev won't be fighting the Palestinian-American and would only consider a move to 170 pounds if Jack Dela Maddalena claimed the gold at UFC 315. On episode 2316 of the JRE, Joe Rogan weighed in on these two issues as he conversed with Cameron Haynes. He said, if Belal wins, then there's an issue, because Khabib does not want Islam, apparently, doesn't want him fighting because they're brothers. You know. They train together. But Islam is big. I mean, he easily could be fighting at 170. It's probably torture for him to get down to 155. Whenever I interview him, I'm like, how are you 155? This is so crazy. Haynes claimed that if Rogan's words were true, Makhachev's weight cut would be pretty rough. And the JRE host wasted no time acknowledging that. He said, it's rough. He's big. He's probably 190 plus. But this wasn't the only time our beloved UFC color commentator weighed in on the problems associated with weight cuts. During his conversation with Ilya Topuria in episode 166 of the JRE MMA show, Rogan looked at weight cutting as a form of cheating. He said, I really wish the UFC would eliminate weight cutting, I really wish there was a way. It's sanctioned cheating that everybody has to do. If you're saying you're 180 pounds, you're not really 145. So, it's kind of crazy that you're the 145-pound champion and you're a 180-pound man, it's kind of an S. And the one example that highlighted the entire problem. It was none other than the lightweight champion. The UFC color commentator continued, like Islam Makhachev, he is huge that guy, how he makes 155. I don't understand it, every time I stand next to him, I'm like, how are you 155? He's got to be in the 190-ish range. So, what's the solution according to Rogan? He claimed that the entire weight class system was silly. As per him, It was an old thing that the UFC has kept around for no good reason. That's when Rogan confessed that he talked to Dana White about eliminating the current weight classes once and for all. Instead, the UFC head honcho could add a whole lot of weight classes, which ensured that the fighters remained as close as possible to each other's weights. What are your thoughts on the problem for Islam Makhachev? Do you agree with what Rogan had to say about weight cuts? Let us know what you think in the comments down below.